could you introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do?
I'm Laurie Taylor, and I occupy the very grand position of being chair of the Rationalist Association.
Congratulations.
I don't think so, really. It was something I tried to avoid very strongly, but somehow I became it.
So what do you think of all of this then, of the show?
Well, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, when I walk towards the Apollo tonight and see these streams of people sort of coming in, I suddenly think, gosh, I've got something to do with this. You know, we had a little tiny magazine, a little organisation, but it's grown and grown and grown, and people like Casper Melville and Paul Sims have done so much to make it grow. When you see all these people here at this event, and they're sitting and listening seriously to Simon Singh and to Richard Dawkins talk about science, I mean, it's almost really, it is an extraordinary spectacle. And I mean, when I saw it last year, I couldn't believe it could ever happen again. I thought, this is a one-off, you know, maybe this is a bit of a mistake, or why are the audience enjoying this so much? But when I came along this time, I mean, sell out at the Bloomsbury Theatre for all those days, and now suddenly here at the Apollo, a sell out here, 3,000 people or more people sitting down and listening to people talking about science, as well as lots of very, very good comedy. I mean, it's a great variety show. It's going to become, I think, a bigger institution than the pantomime. You know, people will be saying, when's 9 Lessons on? When's it start? It'll be an annual Christmas event. And what people like about it so much is the mixture. I mean, you have plenty of evenings where people come on and are funny all evening, there's comedy all evening. Well, there are plenty of scientific lectures at the Royal Institution. But to suddenly throw the Royal Institution scientific lectures on with a whole host of comedians, it is just an extraordinary experiment. And it's working, it's amazing.
And why do you think it's important, these kinds of events then? I mean, what do you think? What are you hoping to achieve as a result?
Well, I'm not credulous enough to believe that all of a sudden thousands and thousands of people are going to start saying, just a minute, why is there so much God around? What are we going to do about getting rid of the bishops in the House of Lords? What are we going to do about persuading the BBC to reduce the religious content? What are we going to do about getting rid of superstition and homeopathy and chiropractic and all of it? I don't flatter myself this is going to happen overnight. But even if sort of 1/10 of this audience go away with a sort of sense that, look, there is something else in the world than the nonsense and rubbish and irrationality and superstition which is so regularly peddled. If they go away with the idea, just a minute, perhaps religion is being given a little bit too much importance in society, why isn't science being given a little bit more? Why isn't rationality? Why isn't experimental knowledge? Well, I think it'll be a little bit better world as a result of that.
Great. And finally, who of these brilliant acts that have been on all week have you enjoyed most, or any highlights?
I've enjoyed almost all of them. I mean, it was wonderful to see Mark Steele tonight. I mean, that was great, because I hadn't seen Mark Steele here before. I mean, Darrow was great. But I think really the big credit has to go to Robin Ince, because Robin wasn't very well when the show started. Probably isn't very well now, but he just carried it along. It's his idea, he invented it, he produced it, he's there and he keeps running it. He's such a friendly, funny, intelligent and pro-science figure. He holds it together. It wouldn't be much without him. All the individual acts, absolutely fine, but Robin is the thread that runs through the intelligent, scientific, very funny thread that holds all these strangely disparate acts together.
Brilliant, thank you so much.